Dead End Hip Hop, 13 years covering hip hop culture. We are the people, no politics, no BS. The whole crew is here. Today we are talking about Diddy and how his case can impact the rest of hip hop. We obviously know the details. Both of his homes in Miami and LA were raided. Obviously, they have procured a whole bunch of tapes. Baby oil.
Denied bail twice.
I'm gonna get to it, B. I'm gonna get to it. Basically, they are ensuring that Diddy's feet are held to the fire amidst all of the allegations of sex trafficking, all of the abuse allegations, and everything that he's being charged with. That being said, an aspect of this conversation that we really have not tackled are everybody else that can be implicated in this, right? And we have already seen people like Mr. Lyle stepping down, right? We're starting to see music execs removing themselves from the positions of power that they're currently in. We're starting to see the blowback, no pun intended, no Diddy, that all of the indictments and everything that Diddy is facing right now, so obviously there are hip hop artists such as Young Miami, which was his last girlfriend before, all of the charges came down. Jay-Z was partying with Diddy at once upon a time. LeBron James is also implicated. So this is not just affecting the music industry. This is affecting entertainment as we know it. So this is affecting sports. This is affecting movies, TV. This is affecting content in general. We are talking about a massive list of people that can be truly implicated. So the question here is, how do you guys see this affecting hip hop culture as a whole?
I don't know, because I brought this to the table because, like you said, we talked about everything else, but like how it's affecting the culture. And I want to say, we wasn't really amped to talk about the case just in general, or whatever. It just didn't. But as the weeks go on, man, I'm seeing so much stuff about different artists and, like you said, different entertainers. I'm like, yo, what is this doing? What is this going to do to the culture? Because Diddy is so tied to a lot of things, and a lot of people attend his parties. It's so many pictures that are coming out of people at his events. And granted, I understand that those are probably just the early stages of the party, and they're not staying for the freak off or whatever. But still, it's still a lot, because people are saying well, dang, y'all knew he was doing this. Why nobody said nothing? It's so much of that come out, and then also obviously one of my favorite artists, Jay-Z. People saying oh yeah, he next. That's all I keep saying. Jay-Z next, Jay-Z next. I'm just damn, that's a big impact. This man is currently running the artist stuff for the Super Bowl. And if something comes out about him and he's that's it. That's a wrap. Yeah. He's not over that anymore. They would have to either pick somebody else to create that or whatever, and they may not do as good of a job as him. So that's opportunities for artists to get light and shine there. Just I don't know, man. I just see it just so many different people that we see Diddy with,
Yeah, and one of the things that I see from the blowback, again, no Diddy, but it's the only appropriate word I can use. But people like Jaguar Wright, people like Orlando Brown, especially Orlando Brown, people fans are apologizing because people say he don't know what he's talking about. He acting crazy, this, that, and the third. But the whole time he was telling the truth, and we're seeing it being uncovered and revealed. And I want to say, big shout out to Cat Williams, because he kind of prepped us for what's kind of happening right now, and we still don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes. We still don't really know everybody that's going to be implicated, and I think that what we're going to see is a tremendous shift in hip hop culture just overall, from people that we once heralded as, top of the mountaintop of hip hop, people that we looked up to, how are we going to look at these people the same? And then I think this does open up an avenue for quote unquote the underground to have more exposure, because some of the people we're just going to cast them away. Like we're going to cancel a big segment of commercial hip hop.
It's really going to be interesting because we're just getting started, right? When a lot of these guys are toppling down, Weinstein is one. People are kind of saying Diddy is the Weinstein of hip hop music, you know, in general, because he was music. He was R&B and hip hop, right? People know him for hip hop. You know, so these people are no longer being able to be protected because, you know, they're no longer, for whatever reason, not wielding the influence. Or you have an allegation like Cassie comes out where it's hard to deny it based on what happened with the Me Too movement and the power that, you know, a lot of women, you know, have now.
Shit, and the tape.
The tape. Yep. That brought really everything into full light. Again, we know these stories. We've heard these stories. Diddy brandishing guns in clubs. Diddy threatening people here and there. Diddy threatening in journals and stuff. There are plenty of articles published about that if people want to go read some of those things that have been reported now. And it's like everybody knew. Like, we knew that this is not the guy you want to cross. And because he has so much power, a lot of people were able to kind of, you know, look aside and just like, that's the guy we're not going to mess with. Now that's no longer the case. So, and everybody went to these parties because they thought that they were protected as well. So who among them will also fall down? We saw Usher deleted everything he had on his Twitter account. Every single video. I don't know how these people are doing this stuff. They are combing through every single video, photo, et cetera, et cetera. It's so bad. Meek Mill is offering to pay up money to find out how and why he was even connected with them. Because he was like, why are y'all bringing my name in it? So he's willing to pay to get his name cleared because of everything that's going to come down the pipe with this thing. So
no Diddy.
So is Jay-Z part of it? Beyonce part of it? You know, who else is involved? Who outside of hip hop? The execs and stuff that were invited. We talking about celebrities and stuff that
he was tied to.
Yeah, man. Like, these people went to this stuff. Like, everything is changing now. And a lot of these people went to these things back in the day because they could, because nobody was going to say anything to them because they had all the power and money and influence to get away with it. Now that's not the case. So it's going to be interesting to see who's involved, because there's going to be politicians involved, A-list celebrities. They're talking about the things that they're trying to even tie them to Justin Bieber, bro. And they pointed out, and there's a video of Justin Bieber floating around talking about all the stuff he had to endure.
Yeah. And you know what, Ken?
To Kobe's death, like they were saying, Kobe left his party before he had the helicopter crash. Like, there's so many different things that they're tying to these parties and events. It's like, yo, like, they're pulling up. Like, it was another kid that passed away, white. I forgot his name, but he was a white music guy.
Aaron Carter.
Something like that. Yeah. He was like a Justin Bieber.
He's another one. Yep.
And like, they were talking about that. Like, I'm like, bro, like, this is wild.
Yeah. Going back to the Justin Bieber thing, I don't know if y'all, you know, I'm bad with song names, but it's one of his latest songs where basically he's just describing how like lonely and stuff he is. And like, he wrote it, produced it, everything. And it's kind of like a tell-all without saying names. I don't know if y'all have heard that song. He performed it. I can't remember what venue. Yeah. Bruh, like it just sent chills. Like, cause how he's singing it, it's coming from a real place. Like the things that he's describing in that, it's not manufactured. Like he's not entertaining you. Like, this is real life. that he's pouring out. And a lot of those videos that was very, you look at it now in the moment, like it didn't feel as disturbing, but you watch it now and then you realize how young Justin Bieber was in those videos and how Diddy was looking at him, because obviously we're over analyzing now, and it looks weird. Like, I don't think grown men, and obviously all of us are grown outside of your own kids and maybe some of their friends that you're driving to a venue or something like that, or you have a party, kids party at your house or something like, why are you hanging around 13, 14-year-olds? Like, Bow Wow was implicated in this. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy.
Unfortunately, we can't ignore the negative parts of hip hop that occurred during the 90s and all the other stuff. It just is an absolute fact. And that's also another reason why he was able to get away with it for so long, because, it was just part of it. No snitching here, this, that, and the other,
no social media.
No social media. These guys are coming from the street and they're grinding, and there was a certain code that they had, and they operated that way, sometimes with business as well. We've all heard stories. So the culture, the negative parts of hip hop culture back in the day with the misogyny, the homophobia, the violence, all of that stuff that unfortunately was attached to it, was another reason why he was able to get away with it up to this point. But now also why other people that also had that power ended up associated with them as well and going to these parties as well, these white parties, these freak-offs. DiCaprio, they're saying he was there. So it's not just hip-hop people. These are 100% celebrities, bro.
So even beyond celebrities, this is a list of people who stepped down within 24 hours of Diddy's arrest. And it is a whole bunch of different types of people. A list? Yeah. So Kevin Liles. Kevin Liles, music executive.
I know about that.
Eric Pryor, he's the president of Fine Arts. I'm not sure of what institute or something like that. Jonathan Holloway, Rutgers president. Robert B. Davis, general manager of Martha's Vineyard. Chris Cameron, lacrosse coach. I don't know which university. Kathy Newsham, Bay City mayor. LaMonica McIver, Newark City councilman. Allison Green, she's a dean. Craig Malardra, Fifth Ward, Geneva. Not sure what that is. Joseph Kirshner, he's a doctor. Mike Foster, president of Nexian Travel. Susie Williams, executive director. Roman Mazaries, he's a CEO. Henry Leventis, chief prosecutor. And then here's the crazy part. The New York City DA stepped down within 24 hours of Diddy's arrest. The commissioner of the New York Police Department stepped down within 24 hours. So I'm pretty sure that there's even more. But that is how many people and the different areas of just livelihood. We're talking CEOs, we're talking execs, we're talking coaches, we're talking executives on all types of levels that are stepping down amid the arrest of Diddy. And we're talking within 24 hours. Like within a week, there's going to be even more. Within a month, there's going to be even more than that.
Yeah. And he recorded, they're saying he has video of stuff. And it's hip hop is starting to change, but there will be a lot of names that we know that will be attached to it, which could impact legacies, because Diddy's legacy is impacted, as has everyone else that has been, involved in a lot of stuff. And who knows what other big names are there and what they're going to do to hide that as well. So, and it's not just hip hop. I don't want to just put it all on hip hop because it has a negative thing that's already associated with it. It's Hollywood. It's the entertainment industry too. That we've seen across the board. It's people with power. Go ahead, B.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but it's hard to not not say hip hop, because P Diddy is like, when you say hip hop, his name has been tied to hip hop for the last 30 plus years. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy that's been in high power in hip hop for 30 plus years, bro. Like, so you can't mention P Diddy without, when you mention hip hop, it's like go hands in hand, man. This man is a lot of stars he created, a lot of stuff he didn't create, a lot of, like you mentioned, Ken, the stuff he's tied to, celebrities that's tied to him. This is crazy. Look,
I got a couple more names. Warner Music Japan president and CEO Kaz Kobayashi stepped down. Mm-hmm. Sony Music Nashville chairman Randy Goodman stepped down. Bro, hey, this is going to rock.
It makes me look at businesses. That. Maybe look at the Kendrick song different. It's time to watch the party die. It's like, man, like it's kind of crazy. I've been listening to the lyrics of that, man. Like, it's like people know stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yes. People know stuff, and then people have been, intentionally staying away from stuff because they know stuff. And so it's just interesting to, hear a song like that. He just released how many days was it before Diddy got arrested?
About a week?
Yeah.
It was before Diddy got arrested.
You can't help but think about some of the things, because Cat Williams clips were resurfacing. And he was telling you, he's like, bro, I know stuff.
Just say
like,
no.
I legit, people come tell me stuff. I know all the things. I know things, not all the things. I know things that's going on in the industry. Like, and he was kind of alluded to it impacting him, but then this happens, and you have to look at it with a different eye now, because, people were saying he was just hating here and hating that, and just as that. Bro, like, ever since that interview, like, things have been happening, and what did he say? He said, all lies will be exposed. Is what he said.
He sure did.
And, it's like, and here we go. The names. Who else are implicated? That's the thing. Like, bruh, I honestly really, really hope Jay-Z's not involved and Beyonce's not.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, Ken, I'm hoping.
They are.
Hoping.
They are.
Because here's the thing, people. Look, I'll say this really quick before you get into your thing. Because, like, I feel like the way, I feel like the way they move is just different. They're very secretive. Like, they're very, like, I don't know.
Why do you think that is, though?
But they move different now, though. And that's the issue. Yeah, who knows what happened back in the day, bro?
Look, the reason why I'm going to say that I believe that they're implicated is a couple of things, but the main thing is Jaguar Wright. She has been screaming from the mountaintop. Everything that Diddy's being alleged for right now is coming to fruition, and she's been implicated, both Jay-Z and others. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. When Jay-Z first met Beyonce was 16 years old. Jay-Z was 27.
Come on.
You know, so what do you mean, come on, FIFO? What do you mean, come on, FIFO? What do you mean? The facts are the facts. When he started dating B, she was a teenager, underage. What is we talking about? That is a fact. Don't tell me, FIFO, what is you doing? I'm stating facts.
Damn, bro. Okay.
I'm just saying. Look, I don't want it from a personal perspective, right? Like, I love what Jay-Z represents. I love the business acumen of Jay-Z. I feel like he is one of the music heroes to follow in his footsteps on how to navigate, you know what I'm saying, the treacherous waters. At least that's how we felt, or at least that's the facade that was fed to us. We shall see in the next year if that was a fallacy or not. We just will see.
Federale FIFO, bro.
Federale FIFO, man. I'm just stating facts, man. I'm just stating facts.
That didn't have anything to do with this thing, bro. That didn't have anything to do with Jay-Z, with Diddy, bro.
What I am saying is that the those two dudes, how they've operated is not that far-fetched, or it's not that different. It's just Jay has kept his shit under wraps more. That's
they said, I'm reading that she was 19 when they became romantically involved in 2001.
Okay, but we know this, right? You're not going to court somebody in like bro. It takes a little bit of time. Like, he didn't just meet her at 19 and then boom. Like, no, bro. Like, come on. There's pictures and stuff. It is what it is. We can all have our own personal tastes and our own personal biases. All I am saying is, I believe, and I don't want it to be true, but I believe that the Diddy situation is going to implicate Jay-Z somehow, some way. And all I'm saying is that Jay-Z isn't as clean as he makes himself out to be. And we shall see as the dirt is uncovered.
Yeah, my screen is frozen. But yeah, I'm just saying real quick. I'm just saying, but like, to put out there like the 2000 and, you know, like that, you know what I'm saying? That's just kind of, why would you, that's real TMZ. It's like because it's reported that she was 19.
That's the report that you're seeing.
And they got married in 2008. So that, like, that's like, you could like, you're saying like something that we don't know for sure that they were involved. Like, we don't know that for a fact, that she was 16 when they first got involved. We don't know that for a fact. But what the record reflects is that they were involved when she was 19. We all knew that. And people thought that was young too, but at the end of the day, she was of age. She was 19.
Okay. Either way, like I said, I believe whatever is happening with Diddy is going to implicate Jay-Z.
And I kind of get where he's coming from, but Method Man was asked about this as well. And his statement was, how? I don't think that it has anything to do with hip hop as far as the culture. What are we talking about here? It has nothing to do with hip hop at all. I don't see the correlation whatsoever. He said, we're talking about creative and music and stuff like that. There's people still listening to R. Kelly shit. I don't know. I can't answer, but I don't think it has anything to do with hip hop, is what Method Man said. And I to a certain degree, I understand where he's coming from, because it is really Diddy's mess, and Diddy is the one that's created it. But again, as I pointed out, there was a culture, a very negative culture that was associated with hip hop that did allow this stuff to continue. It's not only in hip hop, but we're talking specifically about Diddy and how it impacts hip hop, and that's how we were able to get to where we are today, and I just think it needs to be mentioned. Now, what does that have to do moving forward? Absolutely nothing. I think I think it looks like it's trying to clean itself up. It still has a long way to go. We're not there. It's not perfect, but hopefully, man, some of these guys will learn from the OGs. But we'll see, and some of these behaviors that are being exposed. But we'll see. But the names, oof.
Yeah, it's looking real rough.
That shit gonna get ugly, bro.
And I just feel like, as far as hip hop's concerned, I feel like this is gonna keep a lot of people just gonna kind of lay low right now.
Gotcha.
And that's what I'm thinking. Like, people, albums, it might affect albums dropping. It could affect a lot of stuff. People could be not inspired to write music because stuff that they, I don't know. I just feel like it can have like a trickle down effect depending how close people were to Diddy in this situation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man.
Or to these labels, because you're talking about, music being affected. If your CEO and a whole bunch of people on your board, whether they're stepping down or getting fired, it's going to affect, if you are signed to a label, on your ability to put out music through that label. Now, I would say as a Den and hip hop, collaborators, us four, the majority of people we like aren't necessarily signed, right? Like, they're the majority independent artists. They move on their own accord. They may have distribution deals with bigger imprints and stuff like that. But I don't disagree. Also, Joe Budden agrees that this is going to, hinder the release of music for whatever reasons. It could be personal, it could be business, it could be a lot of different things. But we'll see. I hope it doesn't, because I feel 2024 has definitely been another really good year for hip hop, even though the numbers don't say that. Obviously we primarily judge the quality of the music that's coming out, and I think the quality has been there. But we shall see. We shall see the ramifications and the effects long term that this situation happens. Like, my thing is this: I don't think that we're ever going to see. I think this is going to be like a one-off, in a sense that once all of these record labels figure out whatever it is, their modus operandi moving forward is, are we going to even need record labels? I think that they're going to crumble. I think they're going to fail. I think this is going to be the catalyst for that destruction. And I think that, just like Kendrick was saying, it's time to see the party. Like, it's going to have to be burned down to build it back up in the way that hip hop should have been built in. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think we're seeing, the gasoline being poured right now.
Well, Usher said his account got hacked. Go ahead, Rob.
I'll tell you one rapper that I don't think is implicated at all.
50
Cent.
Oh, 100%.
This man working on a documentary about
energy.
Yeah.
His energy, he has no, and that's something to be said, right? Why doesn't everybody else have like that type of energy? It's almost like 50, like, no, you ain't got nothing on me, bro. You ain't got nothing on me, so I'm gonna talk my shit, because you ain't got nothing on me.
You don't see that energy with Fabulous. You don't see that energy with Jadakiss. You don't see that energy with none of them, bro. 50, the only one that's like, I done told y'all. He like, I done told you. I done tried to tell y'all that dude been funny. Like, 50 been the main one saying that, bro. Like, nobody else got that 50. You're right, Rod. No one else has that 50 Cent.
I ain't seen anybody else with that type of energy, and that's something to be said. You know what I mean? Nobody ain't as confident as him to be talking about Diddy the way he talk about him.
Yeah.
Like, I think Joe Budden talks about him a little bit, so I don't know. But Joe Budden had his own issues, so I don't know. But
they say he was at a party.
Everybody said that they don't stay. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of them that do.
Right.
There's a lot of them that do. Any final thoughts or anything else that anybody else wants to add to the convo?
I think it is time for this thing to be kind of cleaned up. I mean, I know it's probably gonna take a hard hit on the culture, but it's probably a necessary hit. You know what I'm saying? To kind of rebuild it back up to something else. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but I do feel like it's gonna take a hit. I'm really interested to see how big of a hit it takes. I hope it doesn't get rid of hip hop, but I do think in this next year, we're gonna feel it. I think we're gonna feel it.
Yeah, I agree. I think
on a mainstream level.
Yeah, for sure.
On a mainstream level.
And I'm glad you clarified that and said that, because you got
you already know they typing already.
But it's going to be a lot of it. Potentially could be a lot of people that we know that we're fan of that were implicated in this, in music and movies, TV, politics, wherever, man. So I just say everybody brace themselves and just be ready. And it just may be Diddy. We'll find out once they go through everything and the cases and all this stuff starting. But yeah, we'll see.
Diddy wasn't about to buy NBC, was he?
I saw that. I'm
sorry, Ken. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Darkness came out for a second, bro. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad.
Yo, y'all seen the meme of Diddy is Nino Brown?
My bad. Yes, I saw that. It's bigger than Nino Brown. I'm taking all y'all with me. Yeah, I seen that. Right.
Or they're gonna kill him and take him out.
Oh man.
Or he might kill himself. I saw this. It's a celebrity. like consultant for big time celebrities that go to jail, and he was basically talking about like some of the things that Diddy might be going through right now. And you know, I don't know if y'all saw, but like Diddy's not eating for fear of being poisoned. You know what I'm saying, in jail. So his mental health is definitely going to deteriorate the longer that this goes. And you know, I don't know. I agree with you, Rod. I definitely think we are going to see a different culture after the dust settles with everything that happens with this particular case, because it's going to implicate a lot of people that were in powerful positions. And I don't know if we're going to see like some of those people go down. And I don't just mean like their name drugged through the mud. I mean like being indicted, like you going to jail too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you were complicit in some of these activities. So we don't know. Obviously, this is definitely the beginning stages of it all. You know, I want to say that the news, I think Cassie first sued him, what was it, fourth quarter of last year.
Yeah, like, you know, November 2023.
November, like yeah. So you know, like obviously this is taking a little bit of time, but it we shall see. She started
it, man. She started it. She started that domino effect.
And I think it's very interesting that Diddy settled that so fast. Because it shows somewhat of an admission of guilt. Like he didn't want to fight it.
Right. It's not, and not the fact that what she was saying, but he probably covered that up from what she not saying. Like she could have said more.
No, that's it. Hey, what she want?
Yeah,
50
right.
mil? Boom.
Right.
Hey.
Like, no, we only, she know too much. Yeah.
So yeah, this is definitely going to be an ongoing thing. This is something that obviously we're going to cover as, you know, however many months that it takes, and as big news drops, and how we feel and how we think it's going to affect the culture. You know what I'm saying? That in hip hop, 13 years, no politics, no BS, man. We're going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? So how do y'all feel? Who do you think might be implicated? You already know the conversation after the conversations in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. Send this to one of your friends that may or may not know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? And get them put onto Dead in Hip Hop. But we out. Catch you next time. Peace.
Peace.